change this compressor out right here. And first thing I got to do is scab power. There's no outlets out here. Oh, there it is, 120 right there. And I got my scabber cord. And we'll get this on there, and then I can hook up the recovery machine. All right, here's the start of my compressor change out. Had the scab power up there. I'm having a battery charging party. Over here, get my batteries charged up. I got the Navac Nerd ready to go. And I got my scale out. I want to weigh what the charge was in this thing, so I kind of have an idea how much gas was in here. Getting it down to 0, we're at about 7.5 pounds of gas. I've already taken apart my wires and was taking the bolts out, and I already came across my first Murphy's. There was nuts under this plate welded, and this one here is stripped out, so I'm going to get the little saw and I'm going to cut that bolt off on that one. The unit in purge mode, we're almost down on our purge. We ended up with almost 8.5 pounds of gas total charge in that little system. We'll see what it is when we get it back together. These master built units, you got to take all the screws loose on the bottom. I have a big old long extension I use, so then I can get down in there to get to the screws. Get those loose, you can move that out of the way. Then you can get into your the screws for the condenser fan motor bracket. And we're going to replace that condenser fan motor as well. Up and push it down, and then I'll clean the shaft up from there with some sandcloth, and it'll slide right off. Okay, this is why you want to do your condenser fan motor. Those bearings are crappy. What year is this from? 2012. 8 years old. 8 years is about right. That's, you get 8 years out of a compressor nowadays, especially a crappy Copeland. You're probably doing good. And all the dead mice. There's little mice carcasses over there. I pulled all those dudes out of the bottom. I'm gonna get this coil cleaned up. I got a spigot right there. So after I get done, before the end, I'll backwash that coil. That's my plan of attack. So now I can carry on with this stuff. All right, I'm gonna try the GoPro. I'll get some of this stuff sweated out here. I've had this striker right here for over 20 years. Damn lucky I haven't lost it. That striker can tell you all the stories of how much of a hack I am. Let's see. One off. I wanted to get this one off at the bottom of this bushing right there. There we go. You're supposed to cut the dryer out so all the moisture doesn't go back into the system. Okay. Alright. There it is. Alright, I'm purging my nitrogen. I got it on braze right here. Let's get this thing brazed up. Oh, had to refit this. Different on this one, so let's rock it. got her hot. I forgot to put the goo on there. Goo it, baby. A little dark chocolate on the top there. Woo! Windy, dusty. Right in the eyeballs. Whew. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Fittings back on. We're all brazed up. We can try and get a pressure test on this thing. And we'll check for leaks. No, I don't have the temperature gauge hooked up to it, but it's going to give me some time and some pressure close enough for government work. We'll see how we make out. I think I about ran my tank. My tank's about empty. Yeah. All right, so we're 118.2. Timer is started. We'll see how we make out. I'm going to rebuild my condenser fan. I still have to wash out my condenser. I'm going to do my start components. Pressure test. Gauges are hanging right here. For you new guys, anytime you change out a single phase compressor, always change your start components. So here's my new ones, here's my old ones. They check out good. You can harvest them to get you out of a pickle on a Friday night. That's what I like to do. I've mentioned it in my videos before. Let me get my needle nose. I like to get the needle nose to, oh yeah, right here. I like to get the needle nose to get the fittings off. So let me get those off and swapped out here. I'm going to use two hands. Take a look over here. Look at this. The start cap had a nice big old cracker in it. Great time to get your screwdrivers and tighten up all the connections, all that fun stuff. It's been 8 years. October 16th, 2012. 25 minutes. No change in pressure. So our system's tight. I got my start components changed out. I kind of got my condenser fan ready to go. So I'm going to clean up this area a little bit and get my garden hose hooked up, and I want to wash that coil out before I put my condenser fan back in. So I still got this unscrewed so I can get in there and work on it. So you got to get to those screws for the bracket for the fan, so you got to move the electrical components out of the way. So let's get this all cleaned up, and then we can get it back together and then get it on the vacuum pump. All right, got on the vacuum pump. I got the coil washed out. You can see all the water and mess. Look at all the shit that came out of the coil. See how it splattered out onto the wall right there? The coil had some stuff in it. Now I can rebuild the condenser fan, get it back, bolt this back on, and then we'll get ready for restart. Ready to add some gas. We know we pulled out about 8 pounds, 8 ounces. So let's go through the high side. I'm going to weigh in 5 pounds to get it started. I got to check the rotation on my fan motor because it's reversible. And I really didn't read into it to set it up from the start. I just bump it and then change it. All right, here we go. We're adding some gas. We know we pulled 8 pounds, 8 ounces out. So let's see where we get. 6 pounds. I'll get it started and check it and then take it from there. We're gonna let it equalize out a little bit here. This unit's got a long line set. It goes all the way up across the building and then in across the building and then down to the walk-in box. And it's 5/8 and 3/8. We're coming around there. All right, just pumped the unit down from the king valve. Rotation's correct. It's gonna pump down again. You can see it barely holds the 8 pound, 8 ounces within the receiver and the condenser. Usually when it's pumping down, it's gonna back up into the liquid line because the solenoid valve at the Balkan's gonna shut and it'll back up into the liquid line all the way back around. All right, so that's good. Let's get her going here. Now today, unlike yesterday, you're not going to put your hand on that discharge line when it's running. It'll melt your fingers off. All right, let's get her running here and take a look. That's where we're at on our pressures. Probably need to make the superheat adjustment in the walk-in box. That compressor superheat's pretty high and climbing. So I need to get into that box and adjust that TXV. See, look at our suction pressure. That TXV is pitching down. That's too low of evaporator temperature for medium temp. So stay tuned. I'm going to have to get in there and adjust that also. 5.35 amps. We can run it on the Copeland app and see if we're within spec too. If you guys don't know the Copeland app, let's take a look at it. I have a screenshot up from the Copeland app, Copeland mobile app. Punch in your serial number or your model number, your suction pressure, your discharge pressure, and your actual amp draw. And I was within 0%, so it's running within specs. I do know I need to adjust the TXV inside the box. To me, I'm running a low suction, and I want to check my box superheat. Other than that, this was my compressor change out. Look at the wind. Ah! Look at this, blowing all this stuff all over. And doing this big old chunk of plastic. And that's going to be it. I got to get the panels back on, and then we'll be done with this compressor change out. You can tell I'm having a little bit of fun out here. Power's out all over town. It's still on here though, so we're good. So I just need to clean up. New condenser fan motor, new dryer side glass combo, walk-in box TXV adjustment, and we're back together. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.